Go to Turk Albert. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from the Phoenix area. I was just curious about something. You guys have been quoted as saying that Trump is a xenophobe and anti-immigration, and I'm just curious where you get the implication that Trump is against all immigrants and against people from all other countries.
Well, I don't think I've ever said xenophobe. I think I've said nativist.
I know at least Michael said it.
Okay.
He is absolutely xenophobic towards Mexican and Muslim immigrants. I don't think that's debatable.
Well, xenophobe is a general term. The definition of xenophobe is hatred of people from other countries in general.
Oh, so you're saying that all right, well, wait a second. Now, wait a second. To be fair, if you are saying that he just hates basically people from non-white countries, and you're saying that in defense of Trump, I think maybe
I stand corrected.
He has not spoken out against the Swedes
or his
or the
wife,
Finnish,
or wherever he gets his wives.
Yes, I mean,
those
so
countries.
Fair enough. Fair enough. He's only a racist in some ways.
No, because you guys take him out of context all the time.
Of course, I do. Right.
Yes.
Oh, and we're the only ones who have done that too.
Illegal No, you guys aren't the only ones, but you guys certainly do it. And, I do got to give you this. You're the only ones with balls enough to take calls, which I will give you credit for that.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. We are very proud of our testicles here, and actually all of our sexual organs that include the female ones, too. So what was the second question that you had?
Well, it was mostly the xenophobic and the immigration thing, but I'm trying to think of what else. Since you guys are part of the PYT network, I just wanted to ask about your opinion on what Jimmy Dore said. I think it was December the 11th.
Wait, no, let me just see. December the 11th, Jimmy Dore. Was that when he was this on air, or was this when he was ordering stuff at the Coffee Tea and Bean Leaf?
No, this was when he was on air, when he was a panelist on PYT Live.
Yes.
He said that it was, quote, morally incumbent upon conservatives to, quote, shoot a place up if they suspected that babies were being murdered and their parts were being sold. I was just wondering your opinion on those comments.
Well, I think his point is that if you think that there are babies being murdered somewhere and that they are being harvested for their baby parts, it's pretty. It seems to me that one would, if one genuinely believed that you would be. You would be morally compelled to do something about it. Now, I guess it's conceivable that, I like to think that I would be morally compelled if I felt that if I was walking by a store, or let's say, and I looked in and I saw them killing babies and harvesting them for their baby parts, I'd like to feel that, if I felt that was wrong, that it would be incumbent upon me, maybe not necessarily to shoot the place up, but to go in and try and sabotage. I think on some level, I like to think I would do that.
Well, doing something about it, I agree, but he was very specific in what he was saying, and he said this in more than one way, but I can't quote you directly in the other ways he said it, but he said it in the same comment. So basically what this is him saying, in a specific context, a domestic terrorist act.
Dude, wait a second. Hold on for a second. Okay. Wait a second. Let me just ask you a question. Because since you raised the issue of our testicles here and taking calls, is this the best you got? We sit here and we allow our testicles. Excuse me for a second. Excuse me. Let me finish. We put our testicles out there for you to look at and to in some ways, be around by calling in. And the best you got is a quote about from Jimmy Dore 5 days ago because you didn't like the specificity in which he felt that you should morally take on. I mean, let me ask you this: do you think baby parts and babies are being killed and murdered, and that their parts are being harvested on a daily basis?
Abortion is murder. That
Okay.
is unequivocal. That is my position.
Okay, so what are you doing about it?
I'm electing people who want to limit and
Are you
potentially ban
serious?
abortion.
Are you serious? You're dealing with an ongoing murder and slaughter in this country by electing people who have proven to you time and time again that they're not going to reverse it? Are you serious?
They have constantly said they want to reverse Roe versus Wade.
Wow.
And that is
So you're
the
telling me
representative
that the conservative mantra is if you see a murder happening, go out and elect somebody who will stop it, perhaps, or at least, vaguely promise they'll stop it. Is that what you're telling me what the conservative mantra is? Let me tell you something about your testicles, sir. Let me tell you something about your testicles.
Complimented our testicles. Relax.
Well, no, he complimented ours, but I think
Yes.
justifiably so.
Yes.
But I'm just trying to provide with you the same level of honesty that you're coming back to us. And I find your testicles to be lacking. So
How are my testicles
You're-
lacking for wanting to?
your testicles are lacking. And I think it's clear.
Not
How
robust,
are they
sir.
lacking when I want to elect people to make this country better by stopping the murderous practice? This
Wait,
goes back
better
to
is one
slavery,
thing,
by the
but a
way, with the
murderous
Democratic
practice?
Party.
My God,
They
sir.
sit there and they declare people not people for their own political agenda, like slavery when the Democrats did it to the blacks, when they were considered 3/5 of a person. I'm sorry, but babies are not 0% of a person, 3/5 of a person. They are 100% people.
They're 100% people. And what rights do we afford them? What can they if they're
afford them
people,
the rights of any infant.
and what point should we give
inside
them?
the womb
What point should we give them those rights? At conception?
Yeah, upon the initiation of a pregnancy. If you terminate
What
a
are you
pregnancy,
doing
that's
about
work.
in vitro fertilization? Are you aware that there are literally every day hundreds, if not thousands, of embryos that are discarded because of in vitro fertilization?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Are you
that if
aware of that,
terminate
sir?
it- Yeah, I'm just.
Are you
telling
are
what the
wait a
definition
second.
should be.
So are you against in vitro fertilization?
Yeah, if you initiate a pregnancy and you terminate it,
Excuse me. Are you against in vitro fertilization? This is a very specific question that should be very easy for you to answer. But you know what I suspect? And perhaps I'm wrong. You don't even know what I'm talking about. So you actually think that there are murders going on, but by your own very definition, there's a whole world of murders going on that you haven't paid attention to. And you know why you haven't? Because whatever garbage radio program you listen to, whatever garbage site that you go to get your information on, they haven't talked
Pure
about it
science
because they
literature.
know it's a difficult question because they don't want to attack in vitro fertilization. Because at the end of the day, this is just about sexuality. They don't care if this embryo exists in a test tube. They don't
now
care
you're
about
just
that.
speculating.
Really? Am I? Be honest.
Yeah, you just speculate.
What do you know about
on
in vitro
motives.
fertilization? What am I talking about?
I don't know the specific definition of
Good
that word, but
day,
what I'm telling you
sir.
is
Check your
that-
testicles and call us back.
Eat some proteins.
Unbelievable.
Sorry, dude. Yeah, that was brutal.
In
I
vitro
actually I
fertilization.
felt bad for him in that
In
one. That's
vitro
how brutal it was.
fertilization, where you have fertilized eggs
Ew. Gross.
that are thrown out when they are not used.
Yoink.
And this guy doesn't even know about it, and he considers it murder on an ongoing basis.
Well, just general
These
murder,
frozen
man. I don't need to know the
embryos are
specifics
people,
of murder.
according to him. These frozen embryos are people,
Hey,
according to him.
following that-
And he's not even aware
Following
of it.
the logic of that argument, I mean, some of the things that might I don't want to be too gross here, but his masturbatory emissions might be people as well.
All I'm saying is don't call into this program, talk about my testicles, and show up without a pair yourself unless you have ovaries.
Even if it's a compliment.
It doesn't matter. You just don't talk about mine.
I like the xenophobia thing though. That was good. He got a retraction.
Yeah.
Like, it's very specific. Dude doesn't like Mexicans and Muslims.
That's right.
Slovenian models, cool.
It might be
They can
right,
come
but
in the
I just think,
country.
like, who in history has been xenophobic to literally everyone in the world? Like, does that exist?
That's a good
even?
point.
Like, or is that word just not even
You know,
useful?
it's really unfair to
Typical
Hitler.
Democrats.
I think that's really unfair to Hitler because, I mean, I think he respects Japanese a lot, you know. It's just called it xenophobic. It's totally unfair. Just talk about the Jews and the gypsies, and the
Well,
handicapped and homeless, and they're not even outside of the country. Let's treat the Italians with respect. You're really distorting the issues.